what's up, YouTube? It's Russell, AmbeRussell. Make sure you guys subscribe. The button's right at the top. Click the thumbs up. Leave a comment, some of you guys think, and we're going to talk about the Grammy nominations that just came out. So there's a few surprises and a few snubs that happened at this year's Grammys. One of the biggest shockers was CeeLo Green's song, F You, Forget You, Fuck You, whatever you want to call it. His single was nominated for Record of the Year and as well as Song of the Year. This is such a huge shocker because the song just came out. People wasn't expecting it. They were expecting Empire State of Mind to get nominated, and they were expecting Lady Gaga, Bad Romance to get nominated in its place. But he was nominated in the Best Song category. But again, Empire State of Mind, people were expecting that to be there, but it wasn't, as well as Bad Romance. Bad Romance was not even nominated for Record of the Year because that song was in its place. Another shocker was Katy Perry. She got nominated for Album of the Year. The reason why it's such a shocker is because, her songs were good on the radio, but her album itself wasn't a good body of work all combined together as one, It was a bunch of random songs all thrown into one CD, but there was no concept. There was nothing like going strictly with the same idea throughout the whole album. It was just 12 random songs all put into one. And a lot of people were saying that it wasn't as good as the album as, let's say, Sade's album was, that should have gotten nominated in its place. Another shocker for me was the Fame Monster was nominated. The reason why this is such a shocker to me is simply because it's an EP. It's not actually a full-length album. Fame Monster was sold with the Fame last year and throughout this whole year. It still is. And to me, it's not its own album as its own. It's additional songs to add on to the Fame to make it the Fame Monster. To me, it's just two separate CDs to make one complete album, whereas it's not its own set of material. You get me? It's just an EP, it's not actual LP. It's just extended play. But I guess the Grammys decided to change its rules and add EPs could get nominated for, albums, Another shocker was Chris Brown. He was nominated for 3 awards this year. And that's just a shocker because, he fell off the past year, especially with his whole incident. It's just a good look for him because it just brings out people to look for his attention and see, who he is and remember who Chris Brown is. He's nominated for Best R&B Album, Best Group Performance by a Duo, or Collaboration rather, for R&B Song with him and Tank, as well as Best R&B Song, or Best Rap Song category with him for Deuces. Other shockers were Usher only got 2 nominations. Now, if you look at what Usher submitted, he submitted so many songs. People thought he was going to get Song of the Year or Record of the Year for OMG. He didn't get nothing for OMG. He only got Best R&B Album, Contemporary Album, as well as Best R&B Vocal Performance for There Goes My Baby. But if you look at all the stuff he submitted stuff for Best Pop, Best R&B Song, Best Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and for him just to only get 2 nominations is kind of shocking to me because he put so many submissions and only just to come out with just 2. What else has happened? Big shocker, snub. Alicia Keys did not get nominated for any of her own material. I guess one of the problems is that there was Faith Evans nominated for Best Female R&B Vocals, as well as Kelly Price and Jasmine Sullivan. I know that of course, Fantasia and Monica were expected, but people expected, Mary J., who's always nominated for Best R&B Female Vocal Performance every single year she has a new song out, as well as Alicia Keys, and this is the first time in their careers, I believe, they don't have anything nominated, which is such a shocker because you would think Unthinkable or the other song, Empire State of Mind Part 2, that she did by herself, or even Sleeping with a Broken Heart would have got nominated, but they did not get nominated at all, not even for R&B song or nothing. Showing she is only nominated for stuff she did with Empire State of Mind with Jay-Z. Christina Aguilera has no nominations as well. I was expecting her to get, Best Female Pop Vocal Performance, but then you see Beyonce got nominated for Halo, the live version, which is kind of a shocker because she won this already last year. And no, I'm not saying that her vocal performance was not up to par or was good or bad. I'm just simply saying that why are we now re-nominating the same song, just the live version, when there are so many other contenders out there who didn't get recognized. Also, Leona Lewis did not get nominated. I was thinking that maybe Happy, the song that was a part of the Precious soundtrack. Well, it wasn't on the Precious soundtrack, but it was getting played throughout the previews and stuff. I was expecting that to get nominated, or Susan Boyle to get nominated for Best Female Pop Vocal Performance, or even Contemporary Pop Vocal Performance, but she did not get nominated for that. Susan Boyle only has a nomination for Best Pop Album. Now, I don't understand how Katy Perry, on the other hand, is nominated for Best Female Vocal Performance, because, as we all hear, on her songs, she's not the greatest singer. She sometimes isn't great even live, and it's just unfair the fact that she's nominated, and Lady Gaga, who was not even nominated last year for Female Pop Vocal Performance, but this year she is. Whereas Christina Aguilera, Susan Boyle, and Leona Lewis should have taken one of those two spots. Justin Bieber is nominated for Best Pop Album. That's a shocker because this kid can't sing. I guess they wanted to put him in some other category. I think someone else should have taken that spot, as well as Katy Perry. She's nominated for Best Pop Album. And again, her album as a whole isn't as great as is not a full album to me. Her album has just 12 random different songs put into one. Let's see who else is nominated. Rihanna, there was a big upset with her because we all expected, Rude Boy to get nominated for something, or anything from Rated R to get nominated. But the problem is that first, again, there were so many people submitting music that music got pushed back. It was released maybe too early, but then again, Chris Brown's music was recognized and hers wasn't. But she did get a nomination for Best Dance Record for Only Girl in the World, which is good. Clap up for her. And she also has nominations with Eminem. But other than that, she has no solo nominations. But at least she has a heads up on Alicia Keys, who has no solo nominations at all. Where at least she has Best Dance. Best R&B Song. It's Bittersweet. Find My Way Back to You. Find My Way Back, Second Chance, Shine, and Why Should You Stay. I think, again, a lot of people submitted stuff. I think one of the biggest problems with the Grammys this year was a huge opportunity people had to push out music. It wasn't a whole year. It was actually longer than a year. Usually it's just from September 1st, that time area, to about the end of August. This year, it was September 1st of 2009 you had to release music, all the way up until September 30th or 30th, for you to be able to submit music, for you to have music released to be able to get submitted. Now, the problem with doing that is simply that there's such a huge more opportunity. People are going to all submit music, and people are going to get overshadowed by other musicians, whereas they should have waited and just do just a year, not longer than a year, because you have so much more people pushing out albums. There's extra 4 weeks of new music to get submitted and to get nominated, whereas people who should got submitted and nominated this time around weren't able to. Best R&B Album. There's a bunch of other people in there. The difference between R&B album and contemporary R&B album, for those of you out there, R&B album is the regular traditional R&B music, singing, slow songs, love songs, breakup songs, whereas contemporary R&B album has a little bit mixture of hip hop, dance, other elements to it. Another shocker for me was Michael Jackson getting nominated for Best Male Pop Vocal Performance. The reason why this is a shocker to me because it feels as though they're only nominating him because of the fact he passed away, not because they feel like his material is good enough to get nominated. Michael Jackson was not nominated for his song Butterflies back in 2001-2002, which I feel as though should have been recognized by the Academy, but now that he's passed away, they're like, oh snap, we should, keep nominating him for all this stuff, and just makes me upset because Michael, when he was alive, you guys forgot about him. Now he's dead. You guys are like, oh my God, pulling your hair out, trying to make sure you guys get every single nomination that you could give him now that he's passed away. But you guys should have been doing that when he was still here to be able to enjoy the success and just have the feeling of being nominated. Best New Artist, there's a couple of people, Justin Bieber, Drake, Florence and the Machine, a couple other people, Mumford and Son, and this other girl, I looked her up on YouTube. I can't think of her name. It's Esperanza, I guess. I'm thinking, I can't read today. I'm sorry, guys. But, the problem with the Best New Artist category, I feel as though they're giving it to artists who aren't new. Again, they changed the rules because Lady Gaga back in 2008 was nominated for the 2009 Grammys for Best Dance Record, and she didn't win. But then the following year, she was not eligible to win to be nominated for the 2010 Grammys because she already was nominated. I feel as though that's right. If you were acknowledged by the Academy of either Grammy Academy, you're no longer a new artist the second year around. If you're acknowledged by your own work of material, how can you be mad that you're not nominated for Best New Artist? And technically, to them, you're not new to the system. Now, I understand if you're a new artist on future stuff like Bruno Mars. Let's say he did not release any solo stuff. None of his solo stuff got nominated. I understand if the next year around he gets nominated for Best New Artist because he didn't release any solo music to get nominated. But for, let's say Drake, he's nominated this year. He was nominated as well as last year for rap stuff. Now he's nominated for Best New Artist. That's unfair because he's no longer a new artist to them. You get me? Lady Gaga back in 2009 was a new artist. That's when she was a new artist to the Grammys. 2010, Lady Gaga was no longer a new artist. She already had 2 albums come out. She already was acknowledged by the Grammys a year before, so how can we consider her a new artist when technically she isn't, because she has been out for 2 years because she has been nominated. This is her second year being nominated at the Grammys back in 2010. So how can we consider her a new artist when she already released stuff for the Grammys to nominate? So I think they should really give the awards to people who are actually new artists rather than, throwing it away and giving it to whoever. And Nicki Minaj, they feel as though she should get nominated for Best New Artist, but she didn't release the album. I feel as though if you want to be a contender for Best New Artist, you need to release the album, and you have to release music, and this has to be your first year being nominated for your own set of material. If you're as a feature artist, maybe, but as a solo act, and you release stuff and you get nominated but you're not nominated for Best New Artist, I don't think you should be nominated a following year for Best New Artist, because technically you're no longer new to the music industry. And Nicki Minaj only nominated for Best Rap Performance by a Duo or a Group. She's nominated with Ludacris with My Chick's Bad. It's funny how she released all his music, all his features, only has one nomination. So you guys, thanks for watching. This is Russell, AmbeRussell. Subscribe. So you guys think people are getting snubbed at the Grammys?